What is up, YouTube? KM888 here, and back again with another DB grind game. Um, this time I'm playing against Overlord 94. Um, Actually a cool guy. After our match, we've been talking quite a bit, and I just told him that I was going to feature him on the channel because it was such a fun duel, and we had a blast. So I really wanted to do this one for him. So yeah, here's that. Um, so right here, I win the rock paper scissors, and I'm gonna show the opening hands. So I opened Gamma, Plague, Eldland, Ash, and Pankratops. As said in the previous video, I am going to remove the Pankratops in the future, and my current build is already removed. It's not that great actually. It's one of the best cards in the game, sure, especially in this metagame, but it doesn't really fit in the deck's playstyle at the moment. I'm I'm not really sure how to stand on that card. Maybe I can side it still, but I'm not sure about it. As long as Info Noble is in the game and Dragon Link with the possibility to smoke grenade, they just rip the cards out of your hand anyway. So going second cards like Pankratops, Droplets, the Dark Ruler No More, like the cards what you're siding it, like playing it for, they're just gonna rip it anyway. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, so my opening hand is Gamma, Plague, Eldland, Ash, and Pankratops. Not that great a start. I only have the Eldland to do, and I can, at the very least, get my Eldlich engine a little bit online. He's opened with Ecclesia, Servant, Double Ash Blossom, and the Meltdown. Now, this is going to be a prime example of why you do not play into Gamma. Like seriously, you just don't play into Gamma because then this shit happens. So he's going to Ash my Eldland and I have the Gamma. So I'm going to Gamma this, fetch out my driver, still get my Eldland search, which is incomparably worse because I didn't have other Eldlich engine cards to begin with. But right now, this one Gamma means that I have access to Halki Firebrax without my normal summon. So I can go off. I'm gonna go Halki Firebrax. I'm gonna special Ash because I already have the Plague. I probably should have still summoned Plague Spreader because it would play around Nibiru, just in case he was doing stuff. But I still have my normal summon, so I can just normal summon the Plague anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Linkross. I'm going to get 2 tokens, and I don't need Marcher right now. I'm just gonna go hard make Herald. I'm gonna normal summon. I'm going to make the Marcher right here because it's just a free body on board. I don't have Linkaribo yet, so this way I at least get an additional body for next turn. It's another follow-up. Like I have Plague in the graveyard. I have another Marcher. Definitely needle fiber plays right there in the future. I'm gonna go Anaconda effect and I'm going to summon the Dark Dragoon. And I'm gonna keep, I believe I keep the Hakero in hand because it's excellent fodder for the Dragoon, so yeah. He draws souls, and yeah, that board is too strong for what he has in his hand, so I did tell him, like, Gamma is OP, shouldn't have done that. So yeah. I'm kind of, if you're playing against me and I see that you make like those small mistakes or things that could have been better, I'm the one player who's actually going to try and help. If you don't want my help, so be it, but then that's on you. But yeah, right now he's gonna go first and he sights and he activates the Meltdown. So he's gonna go at Alistair. I don't have a hand trap. Like his opening hand is awesome, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed. Like he has the Lancia to stop the Eldritch Engine. He has Fleur de Lis, which is kind of an out to Dragoons. He has Servants, so now the Fleur de Lis is definitely an out to Dragoons. And then he had the Meltdown engine, and he has an Eldritch engine card as well. Like this is kind of weird though. Like that he's playing Eldritch as well. But it's a thing, of course. Like you can just make a small package, and it's actually going to come in clutch when you're starting to grind. So yeah. He's gonna summon Alistair, and my opening hand like is garbage. It's Kepler, Eldland, Sanguine, Hakero, and Dark Magician. So I have a high amount of Eldritch cards, which means that a Mechaba shouldn't be that much of a problem, but anything more can be detrimental. So yeah. He adds the invocation, and he's just gonna go into his link place. So he's gonna end on secure, then he's going to go invocation. He's going to banish, special summon the Mechaba. Now he has a monster on field, like a fusion. So that's just awesome for him because he can go Nadir Servant. He can add Ecclesia, go from there. So that's exactly where we're going. So right now, Specials Ecclesia, he's going to add Punishment, and he's going to set 2 and pass. Now, if you see at field, he has a Mechaba, which is a negate everything, although he only has monsters. It's in my opinion that he should have kept the Conquistador in hand as fodder, because if I do activate a trap card like Infinite Impermanence on the Mechaba or something, he can just go ditch Conquistador, and then because his Conquistador would be in the graveyard, he can actually start moving up to Scarlet, to Lord, to another Conquistador, and go from there. But yeah, that's just what I would have been doing. Anyway, he's going to add another Ecclesia with the Ash Dragon in graveyard, and he has perfect follow-up. Like, he has Lancia to stop my plays, he has Fleur de Lis, he has another Alastor, there's a Punishment, like, that's just awesome. I'm gonna draw, and perfect top deck, of course, Driver, why not? If this was Gamma, it was, beautiful. I'm gonna go Eldlands, and the fact that he blown himself straight into the Gamma made sure he didn't want to do that again. Although this time it's worse for him to not do that, because if I get off the Eldland, then I'm certain to get into my Golden Lord, which can send the Mechaba. But as we see, like, we didn't know that, but as we can see, like, he has no spells. Like, I knew he added the Ecclesia, I knew he added the Alastor, and because he didn't add the Fleur de Lis in the end phase with the Ash Dragon, I was pretty sure he had the Fleur de Lis anyways. But I was like fairly certain that his last card would have been a spell card just to negate spells. Like, why wouldn't you keep that? But it's another monster, so he can only negate monster effects. So yay, lucky for me, I'm gonna go Lord, I'm going to use his effect, and I'm going to send Scarlet. Now, this is actually perfect for me, because even if he uses Lancia, I can chain Scarlet, still have a card. He's going to negate by dropping the Alistair, which I also think is really wrong to do. Like, unless he doesn't play any more invoked stuff in his extract, which I can't imagine. Like, I think I would have always dropped the Ecclesia right here. He probably dropped the Alistair because he has the punishment and he's intending to use it. But even so, like, the follow-up is way better with the Alistair. Like, give it a turn. Like, why not? I'm going to use the Lord's effect. And right here I'm thinking, okay, he's already used his Mechaba, so he can't negate anything with that again. There's still the punishment that I need to out. And then there's the Fleur de Lis. So Fleur de Lis can only be used in the main phase. And it only negates something when there's when there's a Dogmatika on the field. So if the Ecclesia leaves the board, he loses out on a negate in the Fleur de Lis. So that's exactly what I'm going to play at. So I'm going to use my land, send Conquistador, I'm going to normal the Kepler, and do that play, and I'm going to try to play into the punishment. So Linkaribo, Contract, get the Lamia, go from there. So right here you're going to see I'm going to go Halki Firebrax into Plague, and he's going to use his punishment. Like, I was fairly certain I was going to use a Fleur de Lis on the Halki Firebrax. But if that was the case, I wouldn't have minded as much, I think. So anyway, Plague comes out, and right here he decides to go punishment. Probably for me the better play was to go into battle phase altogether. Just immediately to go over the Dogmatika, because that way I force out the punishment as a first negate instead of risking the Fleur de Lis. So yeah. Yeah, as you can see, that's exactly what I'm going to do now. And in the battle phase and main phase, he's going to use the Lancia, and I'm going to chain my Scarlet because I already want the Conquistador life. Also because I already have Akero, so that's a good thing. So right here I'm going to go and pop the Ecclesia. That's just something that's needed. So I just have to hope that this thing isn't anything playable. So I'm going to use Plague. And right here I'm going to go for Verti Anaconda, and I'm going to do that play. So Dragoon effect, pop the Mechaba, and yeah, that's basically my turn. I can't banish anything, so I can't use my Conquistador to set another Scarlet, so I have to hope he basically misses one turn. Because all I have to do is negate the Fleur de Lis in his hand right now, because that's the card that's going to ram over Dragoon otherwise, and negate it anyways. So he's gonna go Ecclesia, fetch another Fleur de Lis, but that thing's once per turn. So as I said again, I don't mind. So he sees that, he sees writing on the wall, and yeah, he just scoops. So yeah, it's like the conversation like keeps on going. So I'm just gonna pause it here, and he basically scoops the game up right there. Like fast forward, there we go. It's letting the card see he didn't have an out for the Dragoon. If I just negate the Fleur, so yeah, I could have done some things differently, but that's where we learn. So we're far in the learning curve back then. So yeah, that's it for the game. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.